Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we are going back in time.
That's right. We're visiting the 1950s.
All right. So we are going to the year 1950. And, well, we are going to look at some of the typical and common words and phrases that were used back in that year.
Yes. All of these words and phrases you might still hear today, but they are really a little bit old-fashioned.
All right, so we have some words that we need to look at before we listen to our dialogue. So let's look at these words in vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
We have two words we're going to hear in the dialogue. The first one, sock hop.
Sock hop.
A sock hop.
Okay, now this is very old-fashioned and probably not used anymore.
No, not used anymore. But a sock hop is a school dance.
Okay, so all the kids after school would get together and dance rock and roll in the gym or something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And, well, it's very popular and very common among American culture in those days.
Yes, in 1950.
So you would still maybe see this in a movie or something like that.
Yep.
And our second word is still used today. Sadie Hawkins dance.
A Sadie Hawkins dance.
All right, a Sadie Hawkins dance.
So a Sadie Hawkins dance is a dance when the girls ask the guys to be their date.
Okay, so it's a party, and the guys don't invite the girls.
No, the girls invite the guys.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a reverse of roles there.
Yes.
That's interesting. So in this case, the girls have to come up to the guys and say, hey, do you want to go to the dance with me? Mm-hmm. Very good. So this still happens today in North America, so you will probably hear it sometime. And I guess now we could listen to our dialogue for the first time, and it takes place at a high school.
Hey, Tracy, how are you doing?
I'm swell, Sandy.
Hey, listen, you want to go to the sock hop with me this Friday? It'll be a blast.
First of all, it's the Sadie Hawkins dance. The girls gotta ask the guys. Also...
Oh, right. So, when are you going to ask me? I've had my eye on you for a while.
Hey, buddy, ease off my girl, man. Or do you want a knuckle sandwich?
Cool it, guys.
Your girl? Says who?
Says me, pipsqueak.
All right, so a little bit of a discussion over a girl, very common as well.
Yes, yep.
So we're going to be looking at some of these words that were maybe a little bit difficult in the dialogue in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Well, we've got 5 phrases and words from the dialogue. Now, the first thing we heard was Sandy said, "Heya."
Heya.
Heya.
All right. Now, an interjection, a way of saying hi, but very old-fashioned. Heya.
Yep. Basically, hi, you.
Or hey, you.
Yep.
Okay, so heya. I guess you would still use it today, though, right?
Yeah, it's still a normal way to greet someone.
All right. Very friendly. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what about our second word?
Well, Sandy asks Tracy, "How are you?" And Tracy replies, "I'm swell."
I'm swell.
Swell.
I'm just swell.
When you are swell, you are great.
You're great. And again, swell is an old-fashioned way of saying I'm good or I'm great, but you would still hear it.
Yes. And it also is used to describe things. That was a swell party.
Okay, swell.
Yep.
All right, now for our next word. They got into a fight, and Tracy said, "Cool it, guys."
Cool it.
Cool it.
Cool it.
So why don't we listen to some examples of cool it before we explain it?
Example 1.
Just cool it. Now is not the right time to get angry.
Example 2.
You need to cool it and stop yelling at me.
Example 3.
Don't cry, Pam. Just cool it. You will be okay.
All right, so cool it, guys. Basically, it means
relax.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Don't get into a fight. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is one my dad used to say to me and my sisters all the time. Cool it, kids. Stop fighting.
Very good. So it is still very commonly used, I would say.
Yep.
All right, now for our last two words. These are a little bit more old-fashioned.
Yes, straight from 1952. They talk about a knuckle sandwich.
All right, he says, do you want a knuckle sandwich?
A knuckle sandwich. What are we talking about here?
All right, well, on your hand,
Yeah.
you have, above your fingers, you have your knuckles.
Okay, so those are the bumpy parts on my hand.
The bones on the top part of your hand. So he's basically saying, do you want me to punch you? Right? Do you want me to hit you with my hand, with my fist? So it's a very informal way of saying a punch, knuckle sandwich.
I'll give you a knuckle sandwich.
Right. And for our last word, Tommy called Sandy a pipsqueak.
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 A pipsqueak.
Now, this is kind of an insult, but again, very old-fashioned.
Yes.
A pipsqueak is a very small person, right?
A small person who is not strong.
Okay.
Or not powerful.
So a small and weak person. Pipsqueak. I guess nowadays you can still call somebody pipsqueak, but maybe in a lighter sense.
It would be a little bit funny to call someone a pipsqueak.
Okay, so a pipsqueak. Why don't we listen to our dialogue again? We're going to slow it down a little bit so you can get all these words that we just looked at, and then we'll come back and look at some phrases.
Hey, Tracy. How are you doing?
I'm swell, Sandy.
Hey, listen. You want to go to the sock hop with me this Friday? It'll be a blast.
First of all, it's the Sadie Hawkins dance. The girls gotta ask the guys. Also...
Oh, right. So, when are you going to ask me? I've had my eye on you for a while. Hey, buddy. Ease off my girl, man. Or do you want a knuckle sandwich?
Cool it, guys.
Your girl? Says who?
Says me, pipsqueak.
Okay, so that was a little bit easier to understand, but some great 50s style phrases and words. So why don't we look at some of these phrases now in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
All right, on Fluency Builder today, we're going to look at 3 phrases. Why don't we start with the first one? Sandy said that the party will be a blast.
It'll be a blast.
It'll be a blast.
To be a blast.
So if something is a blast, it's very fun. It's entertaining.
Yes, really, really fun.
Okay, so the party was a blast.
I had a great time last night. It was a blast.
Okay, very good. So very fun times.
Yep. And you'll still hear this phrase used today. Now, the next one. So Sandy said he had his eye on Tracy.
He said, I've had my eye on you.
To have your eye on someone.
So if I have my eye on the new iPhone that came out.
You are watching it carefully because you want it.
Okay, so I'm keeping my attention on it because I want it.
I have my eye on that sweater because it's on sale.
Okay, so you really want that sweater.
Yep.
All right. So to have your eye on something or on someone, right? And for our last phrase, Tommy told Sandy, hey, buddy, ease off my girl.
Ease off.
Ease off.
Ease off.
All right, so why don't we listen to some examples of how we could use ease off, because it might be a little bit tricky, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Example 1.
You need to ease off the junk food.
Example 2.
Matt is putting so much pressure on me these days. I wish he would ease off.
Example 3.
You're pushing Susie too much. You need to ease off a bit.
Okay, so it looks like you say this phrase, ease off, when somebody is putting pressure on you or doing something to you that they shouldn't.
Right, maybe they're being too intense or maybe annoying you. So you tell them, hey, ease off.
Yeah, relax, stay back.
Stay away, very good. So ease off my girlfriend.
Ease off the fatty foods.
All right, so take it easy, stay away from.
Yep.
Okay, so some great phrases there. I think it's a good idea for us to listen to our dialogue one more time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the 1950s.
Hey, Tracy, how are you doing?
I'm swell, Sandy.
Hey, listen, you want to go to the sock hop with me this Friday? It'll be a blast.
First of all, it's the Sadie Hawkins dance. The girls gotta ask the guys. Also...
Oh, right. So, when are you going to ask me? I've had my eye on you for a while.
Hey, buddy, ease off my girl, man. Or do you want a knuckle sandwich?
Cool it, guys.
Your girl? Says who?
Says me, pipsqueak.
Okay, so the 1950s, a nice era, and this is the first of a small series that we're going to have of different words and phrases that were used back in the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, etc.
That's right. So a little bit more time travel is coming up here in English Pod.
Exactly, because a lot of these phrases are still used, and you might even see them in movies, or if you're talking to somebody that was maybe born in these eras, they might even still use them today.
That's right. So, do you guys know any English phrases or slangs from the 1950s? Tell us about it.
And also, if you have questions or comments, please leave them on the comments section as well.
Have you ever imagined what daily life was like in England over 70 years ago? Would you like to hear a story about how people used to live and chat about how different it is from today? Feel free to share your thoughts and compare your own experiences with this story. My name is William, and I was born in the south of England in the early 1940s. I still remember the 1950s very clearly because those were the years when I was growing up and learning about the world. England was a very different place back then. Most of us lived in small towns or villages, and people knew their neighbors well. Every morning, I used to walk to school on narrow streets where there were only a few cars. Most people walked or rode bicycles, and only very rich people had their own car. My parents worked very hard every day. My father was a factory worker, and my mother stayed at home, taking care of the house and cooking meals for us. In those days, most women did not have jobs outside the home. They spent a lot of time cleaning, washing clothes by hand, and preparing food, because we did not have the modern machines that we have today. We didn't even have a refrigerator at home. Every morning, the milkman would bring fresh milk to our door, and we had to drink it quickly before it went bad. In the evenings, after school, I usually played in the street with other children. There were no smartphones or computers. Our games were simple but fun. We played hide and seek, kicked a ball, or pretended to be soldiers. Our parents were not afraid for us because the neighborhood was quiet and safe. People looked after each other. If someone had a problem, neighbors were always ready to help. At night, my family sometimes listened to the radio together. We did not have a television yet because they were still very expensive. Instead of watching shows, we listened to music or drama stories on the radio and imagined the pictures in our heads. Life was slow and simple, and even though we did not have many things, we felt happy and grateful. When I think back to my school days in the 1950s, many memories come to my mind. Our school building was old and quite small, with only a few classrooms and a small playground behind it. There were no computers, no projectors, and no modern equipment. Each classroom had a big blackboard at the front, and the teacher wrote on it with white chalk. We sat at wooden desks in straight rows, and we always had to sit still and listen carefully. Our teachers were very strict, and they expected us to behave well at all times. We all wore a school uniform every day, a dark jacket, gray trousers, and a tie for the boys, and a simple dress and cardigan for the girls. If someone spoke in class without permission or didn't finish their homework, the teacher might punish them by making them stand in the corner or stay in after school. Sometimes, the teachers even used a wooden stick to hit students on the hand as punishment. It was very common in those days. We studied basic subjects like reading, writing, mathematics, history, and geography. The lessons were not very exciting, but they were clear and easy to follow. We learned many facts about the history of Britain, maps of the world, and how to write correct sentences in English. Most of the time, we had to copy things from the blackboard into our exercise books. We also had to memorize poems and times tables and repeat them aloud together as a class. There were no school meals in primary school at that time, so we all brought a small lunch from home, usually a simple sandwich and an apple. Sometimes the teachers let us eat outside in the playground if the weather was nice. During break time, we played simple games and chatted with friends. Although the school rules were strict, many of us enjoyed being together and learning new things. Our parents believed that education was very important, and they always told us to study hard so we could have a better future. Before supermarkets became popular, most people in England did their shopping in small local stores. I remember going to the high street with my mother almost every afternoon. There was a bakery for bread, a butcher for meat, a small fruit and vegetable shop, and a little corner shop that sold sweets and basic household items. We did not buy everything at once. We went from shop to shop, carrying a small basket. The shopkeepers knew all their customers by name, and they always greeted us with a friendly smile. Money was limited, so we didn't buy many things. In fact, most families cooked simple meals with basic ingredients like potatoes, carrots, cabbage, and a small piece of meat. Canned food was becoming more common, but we still preferred fresh food. My mother always compared prices and asked the shopkeeper for the best piece of meat. Shopping was not just a task, it was also a social activity, because my mother would often chat with people in the shops or on the street. At weekends, people liked to relax and enjoy a bit of entertainment. One of the most popular activities was going to the cinema. There were many small local cinemas, and whole families went together. We usually watched black and white films, and sometimes there were newsreels before the movie. The audience stayed quiet and respectful during the film, and at the end, everyone applauded. Another popular place was the dance hall. On Saturday evenings, young people met there to dance to live music played by a small band. It was a great way to meet friends and have fun. For many families, Sunday was a special day. In the morning, we usually went to church, and after that, we had a big lunch together at home. The rest of the day was quiet, and most shops were closed. People stayed at home, read books, or went for a walk in the countryside or in the park. Life was calm, and even small things brought joy and comfort. In the late 1950s, life in England slowly began to change. New inventions and modern ideas started to appear, and people were excited about the future. I still remember the day our family finally bought a small black and white television. It was a big moment for us. We all sat together in the living room and watched a program with great interest, even though the picture was not always clear. Soon after that, more and more families in our street also bought televisions, and radio slowly became less popular. Another big change was in transport. The number of cars on the road started to increase, and the government built new roads to connect the towns and cities. Buses also became more common, making it easier for people to travel and explore different places. At the same time, new supermarkets began to open, where people could buy a variety of products in just one place. Shopping became faster and more convenient than before, although some people missed the old, friendly local shops. The role of women also started to change. More women began to work outside the home and earn their own money. Some became teachers, nurses, or shop assistants. This was a big step forward, and it inspired young girls to dream of different kinds of futures. Schools also started to change the way they taught students. Lessons became more interactive, and students were encouraged to ask questions and express their own ideas. Although these changes were exciting, some older people felt nostalgic about the past. They said life used to be simpler and people were closer to each other. But most of us believed that the new inventions and ideas would improve our lives and bring more opportunities. Even as a young boy, I could see that England was entering a new and hopeful period. Thank you for listening to my story about life in the 1950s in England. What do you think? Would you have liked to live in that time, or do you prefer modern life today? Feel free to share your thoughts.
Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Hi, you. Informal.
Heya.
Really good.
Swell.
Dance is held usually in high school gym or cafeteria.
Sock hop.
A very fun time.
A blast.
An informal dance usually in high school where girls invite boys.
Sadie Hawkins dance.
Focus your attention on something you want.
Have one's eye on someone.
Stop putting pressure on someone.
Ease off.
A punch.
Knuckle sandwich.
Relax. Take it easy.
Cool it.
Someone who is not important.
Pipsqueak.
Get really angry and explode.
Go ape.
Be really happy.
Be on cloud nine.
A very cool person.
Cool cat.
Movie or film.
Flick.
A person who is not fun.
Party pooper.
It's no problem.
No sweat.
Let's try that faster. Dance is held usually in high school gym or cafeteria.
Sock hop.
Be really happy.
Be on cloud nine.
Someone who is not important.
Pipsqueak.
Stop putting pressure on someone.
Ease off.
An informal dance usually in high school where girls invite boys.
Sadie Hawkins dance.
A very fun time.
A blast.
Get really angry and explode.
Go ape.
Hi, you. Informal.
Heya.
A punch.
Knuckle sandwich.
Really good.
Swell.
Focus your attention on something you want.
Have one's eye on someone.
A person who is not fun.
Party pooper.
A very cool person.
Cool cat.
Relax. Take it easy.
Cool it.
It's no problem.
No sweat.
Movie or film.
Flick.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Swell. We had a swell time at the party last night. Swell. I don't know why you don't like Tim. I think he's swell. Swell. Bowling tonight sounds like a swell idea. A blast. Roger and I went to the park and played soccer. We had a blast. A blast. Every time Josh and Carl get together, they have a blast. A blast. Come on, let's go to the carnival. It will be a blast. I've had my eye on that car for a long time, and now I'm going to buy it. I've had my eye on that new TV. I'm going to buy it when it goes on sale. Wendy had her eye on that boy since high school, but never asked him out. Ease off. You need to ease off the junk food. Ease off. Matt is putting so much pressure on me these days. I wish he would ease off. Ease off. You're pushing Susie too much. You should ease off a bit. Cool it. Just cool it. Now is not the right time to get angry. Cool it. You need to cool it and stop yelling at me. Cool it. Don't cry, Pam. Just cool it. It'll be okay.
Have you ever watched a movie set in the 1950s and heard words like swell or cool it? Which old-fashioned phrases have you noticed? And where did you hear them? Films, music, or from older relatives? Share your examples, and let's explore them together. The topic here is 1950s American slang and everyday phrases. Colorful words that still appear in movies, songs, and sometimes in modern speech. The goal is simple. Understand what these expressions mean, when to use them, and how to sound natural if you choose to try them. Think of this as a friendly walk through a high school gym in the 1950s. The band is playing rock and roll, friends are laughing, and someone at the door says, "Hey, which is a casual, friendly way to say hi. It feels playful and warm. If you want a light, old-fashioned greeting in a story or video, hey works. In daily life today, most people just say hey or hi, but hearing hey helps you understand the tone of the time. A classic feeling word from that era is swell, meaning great or really good. If someone asks, "How are you?" a cheerful 1950s answer might be, "I'm swell." You can also use it to describe things. It was a swell party. In modern English, great, awesome, or really good are more common. A helpful pattern for practice is, that was ___evening, and you can fill the blank with swell, great, or wonderful to fit the style you want. Imagine the school dance, a sock hop. Students take off their shoes so they don't scratch the gym floor, and they dance in their socks. You don't need this term in daily modern life, but you'll hear it in movies or books. Another event is a Sadie Hawkins dance, where, by tradition, the girls invite the boys. If you're telling a story set in the past, these two phrases, sock hop and Sadie Hawkins dance, create a strong picture. A useful sentence frame is, it felt like a _____. For example, it felt like a 1950s sock hop with music, laughter, and bright lights. When something is really fun, people say, it was a blast, meaning it was very fun. This one is still common today. Try, the concert was a blast, game night was a blast, or your party was a blast. It's friendly, simple, and natural. Another upbeat idiom from that era is to be on cloud nine, meaning to be extremely happy. You can say, I was on cloud nine after good news. These phrases help your English sound expressive without being complicated. Now, picture a noisy moment near the punch bowl. Two people start to argue, and a friend steps in and says, cool it, which means calm down, relax, or stop. You might also hear take it easy. Cool it is still understandable today, but can sound a little old-fashioned or strong. If someone is pushing too hard, ease off is useful. You need to ease off the pressure, or ease off a bit, I need time. This is a polite way to ask for space without sounding rude. Some slang is playful but also aggressive. Do you want a knuckle sandwich is a humorous, old-fashioned threat meaning. Do you want a punch? Don't use this in real life. Keep it for understanding movies or joking with close friends who know your humor. Another teasing word is pipsqueak, which means a small or weak person. Because it's insulting, it's better to recognize it, not use it. If you need a mild word today, don't be mean or that's not nice is safer and kinder. Romantic or focused attention appears in the phrase, I've had my eye on you, meaning I've been interested in you for a while. You can also use it for things. I've had my eye on that jacket, meaning you want it in modern speech. I've been looking at or I'm interested in is softer. Practice with I've had my eye on underscore for weeks and add a person, an item, or goal to make your own sentence. If you like the cool, confident style of the 1950s, cool cat is a fun label for a stylish, relaxed person. It sounds playful, not serious. For movies, people said flick, as in a good flick, meaning a movie. If someone ruins the fun, they might be called a party pooper. For simple promises or reassurance, no sweat means no problem. Can you help me move this table? No sweat. These little phrases are short, friendly, and easy to remember. Here are quick practice lines you can repeat to build fluency and rhythm. Hey, nice to see you. I'm swell. Thanks for asking. That show was a blast. Cool it. Let's talk calmly. Ease off. I need a minute. I've had my eye on that book. I'm on cloud 9 today. No sweat. I can handle it. Read them slowly first, then faster, and try to speak with clear stress on important words. H-E-A, swell blast, cool it, ease off, cloud 9, and oh sweat. Clear stress helps your speech sound natural. A final note on style. Old slang adds color, but modern listeners may prefer fresh words. You can mix them. That 1950s themed party was a blast. Seriously great music and outfits. By blending one or two vintage words with modern English, you sound natural while keeping the charming flavor of the era. In the 1950s, slang was more than just playful words. It was a way for young people to show identity, confidence, and belonging. Imagine walking into a diner after school. The jukebox is playing rock and roll, and friends are sitting in booths, drinking milkshakes. The language they use is full of energy and creativity. And many of those words still make English more colorful today. One phrase you might hear is made in the shade, which means something is very easy or going perfectly well. For example, with this new job, you've got it made in the shade. It's similar to saying life is good or everything's under control. Phrases like this are useful when you want to express that something feels simple or comfortable. Another fun word is dig. In the 1950s, if someone said, I dig that song, it meant I really like that song or I understand what you mean. Today, people mostly use I like it or I get it. But if you hear dig in old movies or songs, now you know it's about appreciation or understanding. You can practice with sentences like, I dig your style or do you dig what I'm saying? The word square was popular too, but it had a negative meaning. Calling someone a square meant they were boring, old-fashioned, or not open to new ideas. You might hear, don't be a square, come to the party. Today, we would simply say, don't be boring, or don't be so serious. Even if you don't use square yourself, it's helpful to know it for understanding old shows or books. Slang from the 1950s also included playful words about money. People sometimes said bread or dough to mean cash. For example, he's working hard to earn some bread. This style is still used sometimes today, especially in music. Another word is bucks, which is still common. You can say it costs $5 instead of it costs $5. These are easy ways to make your English sound more natural in everyday conversation. Friendship and admiration were also expressed through slang. A person might be called a buddy or a pal, but in the 1950s, you could also say chum. Today, Buddy and pal are still common, while chum sounds very old-fashioned. Still, learning these words helps you understand how people describe close friendships at that time. The beauty of slang is that it paints a picture of a time and place. Words like dig, square, and bread show us not only how people spoke, but also what they valued: fun, music, friendship, and freedom. Practicing these phrases will not only improve your vocabulary, but also make you feel more confident when you watch movies, read books, or listen to songs that celebrate the spirit of the 1950s. Slang in the 1950s was also about style, fashion, and the way people described each other. If someone was attractive or stylish, they might be called a dreamboat. This word was usually used for men who looked handsome, almost like a movie star. For example, that actor is such a dreamboat. Today, people would simply say, he's really good looking or he's attractive. But learning dreamboat gives you a sense of how people in the 1950s expressed admiration. Another common word was boss, which surprisingly did not mean a manager. Instead, it meant fantastic or really great. If someone said, that car is boss, they meant the car was amazing. In modern English, you could say, that car is awesome, or that's so cool. This shows how words can change meaning over time. For girls or young women, the word chick became popular. In the 1950s, it was a casual way to refer to a young woman, like, she's a cool chick. Today, this word can sometimes feel outdated or impolite, so it's better to use girl or woman in real life. Still, you may hear chick in old movies or music, so it's useful to recognize it. There were also playful ways to describe someone's behavior. If a person was acting wild or silly, people might say they were going ape. For example, he went ape when he saw the new car. It means someone reacted with extreme excitement or surprise. Another phrase is flip your lid, which means to get very angry or to lose control. You can try sentences like, she flipped her lid when she heard the news, or I went ape when I won the game. These are fun ways to add energy to your English. Music was central to 1950s culture, and many expressions came from it. The word jam was used to describe playing music together, like, let's jam after school. Today, we still use jam, not only for music, but also in phrases like traffic jam. You can also hear people say, that's my jam, to mean that's my favorite song. Practicing with phrases like, we jammed all night, or this song is my jam, helps you sound more natural in both old and modern contexts. These expressions show how creative and playful language can be. Words like dreamboat, boss, chick, going ape, and flip your lid reflect the excitement and energy of the 1950s. By learning them, you not only build vocabulary, but also discover how culture and language are always connected. The 1950s were also a time when people used slang to describe fun, freedom, and excitement. If something was amazing or unbelievable, people might say it was out of this world. For example, the food at that diner was out of this world. Today, we still use similar phrases like incredible or amazing. Expressions like this are useful when you want to show strong positive feelings in everyday English. Cars were an important part of youth culture, and many slang words came from this passion. A fast or stylish car might be called hot or even a hot rod. A teenager in the 1950s could proudly say, check out my hot rod. Today you might simply hear, I've got a cool car. Learning these terms helps you understand the connection between slang and lifestyle. When something exciting was happening, people often said it was a gas. For example, that party was a gas. It meant it was fun and full of energy. A similar modern phrase is, that was a blast. These short, punchy expressions are easy to use when you want to describe a good time. Another fun word was hip. If someone said, he's really hip, they meant he was stylish, modern, and up-to-date. Today, the closest word is cool. You can practice by saying, that cafe is really hip, or she's a hip person. While hip is less common now, it's still used in some contexts, especially in art, fashion, or culture. People also use slang for food and eating. A hamburger could be called a burger or even a greasy spoon special if it came from a small diner. A place to eat cheaply was often called a joint. For example, let's grab a burger at that joint. The word joint is still used today to describe casual restaurants. So this is a great phrase to add to your vocabulary. Slang from the 1950s often gave a playful twist to ordinary life. Words like out of this world, hot rod, a gas, hip, and joint made conversation sound lively and full of personality. Practicing them not only improves your English, but also helps you understand the culture of an exciting decade. Slang in the 1950s also reflected relationships, feelings, and the way people connected with each other. If two people were romantically interested, they might say they were going steady. This meant they were in a serious relationship, not just casually dating. For example, Tom and Linda are going steady. Today, we would say they're a couple or they're dating. Expressions like this are useful to understand how people in the past described love and commitment. If someone was very attractive, people might say they were the cat's pajamas or the bee's knees. Both expressions mean amazing or the best. For example, that new jukebox is a cat's pajamas. While these phrases sound funny today, they show how playful language can be. A modern way to say this is that's awesome or that's the best. Friends often use slang to encourage each other. If someone was about to do something exciting or daring, a friend might say knock 'em dead, which means do really well, or impress everyone. For example, you've got a big test tomorrow? Knock 'em dead. This phrase is still used today and is great for cheering someone on. There were also expressions for warning or giving advice. If someone needed to be careful, people might say, watch your step. Another one was don't push your luck, meaning don't take too many risks. These phrases are still very common in modern English and are perfect for real-life situations. Even saying goodbye had colorful options. A person might say, see you later, alligator, and the reply would be in a wild crocodile. These playful rhymes made everyday language fun and memorable. Children and teenagers especially liked them, and they're still taught as a fun rhyme today. The creativity of 1950s slang shows how people made their daily conversations lively, friendly, and expressive. Learning words like going steady, the cat's pajamas, knock 'em dead, watch your step, and see you later, alligator, gives you both useful vocabulary and a deeper sense of how language can bring joy into ordinary moments. Friendship, love, fun, and encouragement. Slang captured all of these feelings, and that's why it still feels so memorable today.